gotta get out of that chair, sitting in front of that computer, and walking around more.
You're right. Yeah. But I just want to go on the record to everybody. This was no work, and Shuli Network had nothing to do with this. And my wife said there's been a lot of bad stuff pointed at the Shuli Network, and I want to make it very clear: Shuli Network had nothing to do with anything of anything.
Well, that's a relief, because I had spent many sleepless nights trying to reach out to Ray DeVito. Is it a work? I don't know. But in a previous clip, Bob's lighting a cigarette as Shuli saying, it's the club's fault because I can't sell any tickets. Yep. Just like in Tampa, just like in Pottstown, just like in Poughkeepsie, just like Tiff's, and just like Emaus, Pennsylvania. Okay, let's play the next one, Adam.
We had a big meeting yesterday. We were going to sell the network and divvy up the profits of the sale. I was going to go into my fallout shelter, my bunker, my bankruptcy bunker, and hide there for the rest of my years. But yeah, I mean,
look at Bob smoking. Hey, Joey C, go
accurate.
For a walk,
like that,
catch a smoke.
What was it? 14 years ago, 15 years ago. Things were not going well across the board, financially. We just had our first kid. I fucking lived so far away from work. I had to get up at 3 a.m. to take a bus and 2 trains to go into fucking work. Yeah, and a couple bad business decisions with maybe one of them with a certain promoter who was out on the West Coast. Maybe that had something to do with it.
I can tell you that.
Yeah, shit happens. Listen. Yeah, that's why I laugh when I hear you cry about $300. I'm like, oh, if Mike only knew. Mike only knew what I lost. But yeah, shit happens. What are you gonna do? Like, it was between that happening financially. Then we just had our first kid, and my wife was going through postpartum depression. So we were just fighting every day. It was just chaos and just fucking bad news after bad news. I remember on the train one morning going in on what the right before you go into from Astoria, the up top where the 7 train is, Queensboro, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I remember standing there just looking down and going, all I got to do is just take a step forward and all of this is over.
Really? It was that bad, huh?
It was bad. Oh. It was bad. Because when you get into situations like that, you don't see a light at the end of that tunnel.
No, you never do.
Right.
You never do.
Train.
Yeah, listen, it's just like it's hopeless. Hopeless at that point.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, the crystals didn't help with postpartum. No, actually it didn't. The medication didn't help with postpartum either.
Maybe laughter.
It only made it. It only made it
worse.
Go
for a walk. Drink some water.
Because women can get crazier.
Step in front of a train.
It's really bad.
Yeah, also, the 7 train does not go over.
It's like
Queensboro Bridge.
It
goes under the East River, but that's
whatever.
Probably...
Since the accident, I just got as soon as I got back to really get out again. COVID hit, and it was like fucking unbelievable.
Yep.
So it's things change, but then things come around again.
Yeah, the money I was making was not great at that time. The commute, everything about it, and then just me being a fucking idiot with stuff. Not to mention that time the Killers tour, Bob was gone from the show. The Killers tour was done. I hadn't done stand up. I haven't done back then. I don't know how many months it was that I didn't do any stand up at all before doing the block party with those guys. And as bad as it was, and as shitty as it was, I would go through that 100 times over again. I would do it again and again and again, because for me, what it did was it brought me and my wife closer. It brought us closer as a family. And the fact that the easiest thing to do would have been to give up. This was such a fucking mountain that I never thought I would get out of it, right? And with everything she was dealing with, she was the one that was like, we got this. We'll do this, And so I just followed her lead, man. And together. We fucking put our head down and dealt with what we had to deal with. I mean, nobody's perfect at this fucking life thing, including the people hiding and reporting about all this shit. What do you think they're hiding from?
First of all, what are they hiding? They just revealed that you file for bank, so they're hiding something. Why are they hiding something?
I think he's talking about the classic smelt it, dealt it.
No, it's like they're doing much worse than I am. They're not. Most people don't file for bankruptcy, especially when they're working on the Howard Stern show. And then he's talking about this fucking commute. He had from Astoria.
Yeah, I don't know where he was living.
No, he's talking about where the 7 train hits the N train, and so he's taking the N train. He's got to take 2 buses to the train. So where the fuck is he coming from? That he's talking about this fucking commute like he's talking from Pennsylvania or some shit.
That's what I thought. He was coming from the Poconos.
He's coming from Astoria or maybe somewhere in Astoria. He said Astoria, but he's talking about this fucking commute. Also, he said, me and my wife stuck it out. You know why they stuck it out? Because getting divorced is even more expensive and it's going to make your fucking finances even worse. So this whole thing, like, we stuck together because me and my wife was like, no, his wife was probably like, had enough sense. It's like, we don't have any money. We don't have enough money to get divorced. We don't have money for fucking two rents and all the extra costs you get when you get divorced. So this guy's a lying piece of shit. But the fact that he's saying like, how about these people that put this online? That what do you think they're hiding? Probably nothing. Probably nothing, you fucking clown. And like I said, I thought Jews were good with money. What happened? He's working at Howard Stern. He has to file for bankruptcy. Now he's doing better. Look at these fucking 4 clowns. You got to drive everything by 7, and now he's doing better. It's like the opposite of Beverly Hillbillies. You know, they went to Beverly Hills with all their money. They hit gold. He's like, we got to get out of Astoria and go to Alabama, like the reverse of Beverly Hillbillies.
Black gold.
You know, that's the story. I know a lot of people have gone through that. And, you know, if you're in a financial rut right now, it's all good, man. Listen, there are options. There are ways to get out of it.
Yeah,
you know,
get in a car accident.
Oh, thank God. I was just waiting.
Wow. So now he's saying, hey, if you're in a financial rut, what you should do is start your own shitty network. There's ways out. He's literally talking to Bob's been divorced 3 times. Zenhauser, I think, once. Mike Morris once. It's like these guys are all fucking losers, and he goes, hey, yeah, they sit there like they got all the answers. Hey, if you guys are in a rut, maybe you want to send us some super chats. Hey, you ever think about that? If you're sitting out there in your financial rut, kick up $10 to us, and we can just split it, and we can split it 7 ways. And I mean, it's like, and what Pat takes to point out, yeah, it's like. I'm proud to be talking about this once somebody fucking dropped a dime on me and put it out on Twitter, and I couldn't be prouder of what this says about me. That me and my wife stuck it out because we had no choice, because we had no money to fucking get divorced. Divorce is pretty expensive, especially if you have kids. You gotta get 2 houses, you gotta get 2 of everything. But this fucking clown with all his answers, and Bob's sitting there like, Yep.
Well,
You got it.
Just glossed over the fact that he threatened to murder Howard Stern and then made terroristic threats of Bob. That's why he got thrown off the show.
I don't care about that. Bob was never on the show. He's talking about the tour. He's talking about when they used to tour. Like Bob was, again, why wasn't Shuli doing stand-up? Why Shuli's such a great stand-up. He lived in New York City where there's like at least 15 clubs. And he's like, I wasn't even doing stand-up. He's acting like he's Joey C. And he's in the hospital. And he's like, I couldn't even do. And then Bob's like, yeah, you just gotta wait to get hit by a car. You just gotta hope you're stuck at a red light and there's an icy road. Someone slams into you, and then you can buy your wife some fake tits and a pool.
Dream big.
You got to manage your money. You come into some money, get a pool.
Right.